In the heart of the Middle Ages, Europe was gripped by turmoil, with kingdoms clashing and the church wielding power like a righteous sword. It was an era defined by fervent faith and the allure of the unknown East. Responding to Pope Urban II's call, a fervor swept through Christian lands for the liberation of the Holy Land, Jerusalem. Beneath the banner of the Red Cross, the Crusaders embarked on a formidable journey. Among their leaders were figures both revered and reviled. Guy de Lusignan, king of Jerusalem, criticized for his lack of strategic acumen, and Reynold de Chatillon, known for his ruthless acts against innocents. Their march was relentless, their purpose indistinctly holy and violently profane. Yet, in the east, the deserts whispered another name with both fear and admiration: Saladin. Born to Kurdish lineage, Saladin rose amidst fractured Muslim states, a beacon of unity amidst discord. His wisdom as a military tactician was shadowed only by his reputation for tolerance and justice. For Saladin, the struggle for Jerusalem transcended mere territorial conquest. It was a struggle for life itself. 90 years had passed since the Crusaders laid siege to Jerusalem in 1099. The massacre and bloodshed of that siege lingered like a ghastly scar upon the consciousness of the nation. Now, with a compelling sense of purpose, Saladin rallied the Muslim states. Under the hot sun, on fertile plains where wildflowers bloomed amidst the threat of swords, a battle brewed. Saladin's forces, united by faith, stood poised against the Crusaders. As the day of reckoning neared, Jerusalem was more than just a city. It was a symbol of power, faith, and the yearning for peace. On that collision of wills, history was forged. The clang of steel and cries of battle became an enduring testament to an era of relentless struggle and the unyielding spirit of a man who fought not just for a city, but for a people's heritage and future. In the north of Palestine, near the Sea of Galilee, lies the plain of Hattin. The surrounding hills stood like natural fortresses, casting their shadows upon the ground, which was dry and hard, lined with golden yellow grasses burning under the summer's relentless sun. Saladin, a man revered by friend and foe alike, stood on a high hill, his gaze intent on the expanse below. He saw not just the land, but the keys to victory hidden within its folds. The Crusaders, weighed down by their heavy weapons and iron armor, would find this terrain a relentless foe. Saladin chose the plain of Hattin to draw them in, far removed from the life-giving waters they so desperately needed. His own forces, agile in light armor and loose clothing, were a harmonious extension of the landscape, ready to dance upon it with swiftness. On the opposite side, the morning of July 3rd, 1187, saw the Crusader army, a formidable force of 20,000 fighters, march out from Sephuria. The Knights Templar and Knights Hospitaller, their elite order, moved with grave determination. They traversed a sea of undulating hills and burning plains, a heavy convoy burdened with women, children, and the ailing. Saladin watched them stumble, knowing water was the essence of survival in this harsh domain. His orders were clear: seal the wells, leave them weak and vulnerable under the desert's relentless rays. As the Crusaders collapsed upon the plain of Hattin on the 4th of July, the sun, burning bright as a forge, drained their final reserves of strength. Thirst gnawed at their bones, each moment robbing them of their resolve. Suddenly, the air erupted with the rhythmic thud of drums and cries of Allahu Akbar. Saladin's army descended like a storm, his knights orchestrated with precision. Arrows blackened the sky, raining down with merciless intent. The Crusaders, burdened under the weight of their armor, could only flail in a battle against not only their enemy, but the merciless heat that seeped into their very bones. The battlefield became a vision of hell as the Muslims enveloped the Crusader army in a vice. Arrows claimed lives, riders cleaved paths through the ranks, and the sun-baked grasses, set alight, spread like nature's inferno. As the day waned, the banners of the cross dipped low. The Crusader horses faltered, and their soldiers, overcome by defeat, laid down their arms. King Guy of Lusignan found himself a prisoner, with Reynold of Chatillon dragged before Saladin's judgment. "You have committed crimes against the innocent. I will not spare you," Saladin declared. Reynold's fate was sealed, while King Guy offered a rare clemency. Witness the power of Islamic justice. Saladin's mercy extended to the prisoners, as he illustrated the principles that governed not just the commander, but the soul of a leader. Standing atop Hattin slopes, Saladin viewed the resting fields and his triumphant banners. Before him, his army's chant filled the air. "Jerusalem, Jerusalem!" With the victory at Hattin, the myth of the undefeated Crusaders shattered, and the gates to Jerusalem beckoned, yearning for their liberator. The Battle of Hattin was more than a medieval conquest. It was an enduring lesson in leadership, strategy, and faith, a moment when history recognized the extraordinary in Saladin, a man who inspired awe through a miracle of determination and